Hi friends, we're getting ready to go on our virtual tour of agriculture in Northampton County. We're going to see stuff from cotton to peanuts to animals like cows and sheep and pigs, all the way to a farmer driving his tractor. Are you ready to go? Let's go. Now we're ready to head out to the field to go see all of the different agriculture in Northampton County. Let's get ready to go. We're gonna head out to the field and meet Craig, our agriculture agent.
Today I'm in a cornfield that has been planted this year for harvest coming up in the fall. Last year we had cotton. As you can see, we got some of the debris left over from last year's crop. In Northampton County, agriculture is the major source of income for business in this area, and we just appreciate all the things that the farmers do for the land. And I just want to take this opportunity to tell you about some of the wonderful crops that we have growing in Northampton County.
Let's head out to the field to go see Craig. He's going to tell us all about cotton. Here we go.
Northampton County, it's one of the top counties that grows cotton in North Carolina. Generally, we plant the last week in April, first week in May. We wait for the soil temperature to get around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to take about 6 months for the cotton to get ready from the time planted to the time harvested. We use a cotton picker. It's a thing that goes in and it'll actually pick this cotton and it'll put it into a basket. The basket will then be dumped into a thing that's called a bowl buggy that'll be hooked to a tractor, and then the tractor driver will take the bowl buggy full of cotton and carry it to a thing called a module builder. This is what builds and packs the cotton, and it'll form it into a big old long rectangular thing that sits in the field for a right good while until the gin truck comes and picks it up. But it's going to be rectangular shaped, and it'll have a cover over it, and that's to protect it from the weather like rain and wind. After it's been ginned, the seed will be removed from the fiber, and then the fiber will be put into a bale. That bale is going to weigh about 500 pounds. If you go back and look at the module builder, it's going to take about 14 bales of cotton is what will be in that module builder. There's many things that are made from cotton. One of the most common things would be a pair of blue jeans. You can get roughly about 215 pair of blue jeans from a bale of cotton. Also, you can get 1,217 t-shirts, and it all starts with this little bitty fiber where they just twist it, turn it into a thread, and then when they turn it into yarn and thread, then they can use it on. As far as other things that are made from cotton, money is another thing that could have cotton in it. The dollar bill and the $20 bill, things like that have cotton in it. And then there's other uses for, like I say, the seed, for as in the livestock and feed industry.
Wow, that was a lot of blue jeans. Did you know that they made that many blue jeans? That was pretty crazy. Let's get ready to head out and meet Craig in a peanut field.
Peanuts. Peanut is an interesting plant in the fact that it is what we call a legume, which means that it has little nodules on its roots that pull nitrogen out of the atmosphere. This nitrogen is used to feed the plant and help it to grow. A unique thing about peanuts is that when these flowers are pollinated, they produce a structure called a peg. This peg will go into the ground, and when the peg gets into the ground, it'll start swelling up at the tip, and this is where the actual peanut develops. So a peanut will actually develop in the ground. It usually takes about 6 months for these peanuts to get ready and be close to mature. Once the peanuts are close to maturity, we will start helping farmers determine how close they are to being ready to be dug. What we'll do is we'll get them to bring in a sample of peanuts. We'll put this in a wire basket, and then we'll take a pressure washer. We'll knock the outer hull off. The outer hull is always going to be kind of a cream to white color or tan color. But when you knock off the outer hull, it will reveal the inner hull, which actually changes colors as the peanut becomes more mature. What we'll do is we'll knock these outer hulls off, and we'll put cleaned up peanuts on a chart, and we'll look and kind of sort them out according to how dark the shells are. The more peanuts that are dark brown or black means they are ready for harvest, and we try to get a large portion of the peanuts to be in this category. Peanut picking is a dusty job. Like I said earlier, the peanut is actually grown in the dirt, so it has to be lifted up off the vine and flipped over so the peanuts will be exposed. The peanut digger turns it, brings it to the top, and then we let them cure out or dry for a few days, and then the harvester picks it. The harvester is responsible for separating the peanut from the vine, and it'll place the peanuts in a basket. After they've been harvested, they'll be dumped into a wagon, and then the wagon can be used to help continuing to dry the peanuts anymore if they need any more drying, and then they'll be taken to market and sold and turned into yummy foods like peanut butter, oil for frying a turkey. I personally like salted in the shell or either just a parched peanut.
Peanut butter is my favorite. Do you like peanut butter too? I think that we learned a lot about the crops in our fields. Let's head over and talk to Miss Ann about chickens.
Chickens are raised for meat and eggs. Most of us enjoy scrambled eggs any time of day. We all have a favorite part of the chicken that we like to eat. The leg, thigh, wing. A hen is a female chicken and a rooster is a male chicken. The female chicken can lay an egg a day. It takes 26 hours for an egg to fully form. Chickens typically need 12 hours of sunlight in order to lay. They lay their eggs in a clutch, which is a group of eggs together. In order for the eggs to become fertile, a rooster needs to fertilize them. Once fertilized, the hen sits on the eggs for 21 days. She gently rolls the eggs with her beak. A chick hatches out of the shell by using the tip of its beak, and that's called the egg tube. It takes almost 20 hours for the chick to hatch. Sometimes eggs are hatched in an incubator. An incubator is a box for keeping eggs the right temperature for hatching fertile eggs. Most of the schools are familiar with this process. Many chickens are raised in a brooder box. That's an enclosed box for raising baby poultry. It includes a heat lamp, a source of food, water, and bedding. Northampton County is home to tons of poultry farms. Chicken houses are used to raise thousands of chickens at a time. A lot of the houses hold over 25,000 chickens. Normally, the chickens remain in the house for 8 weeks and then are taken to a processing plant for the food that we enjoy.
Let's get ready to go see Beth, our livestock agent in Northampton County. She's going to tell us about some cows.
Did you know there are two kinds of cows raised on farms? This is a beef steer that's being raised to provide meat for us to eat. He is being fed a high-energy diet to help him gain weight until he's about 1.5 years old, and then he'll be sold to market to be processed for meat. One steer can give us about 2,920 quarter-pound hamburgers at McDonald's and lots of yummy steaks to eat. Cows eat grass, hay, and grain, and they are ruminant animals, which means they have 4 chambers in their stomach to process their food. They sometimes spit up their partially digested food and chew it up again. This is called chewing their cud. Mama cows should have a baby, known as a calf, about once a year. The daddy cow is called a bull.
A cow has 4 stomachs? Wow, I only have 1. A cow is a ruminant? That's pretty cool. Let's go with Miss Beth again and learn about horses.
Horses are wonderful animals that have several uses. Some you may never have even thought of. Did you know horses swish their tails and quiver their skin to keep the flies off of them? Horses eat grass and hay and are sometimes fed grains made up of corn and oats when they need a little extra feed to gain weight. Horses like treats. They eat fruits and vegetables too. They really like apples and carrots, and some horses even eat sweet potatoes. Horses come in lots of different colors and sizes, so you can find whatever kind you might like. They can be ridden for pleasure or even ridden for work. They can haul carts and wagons, and policemen even ride them in large crowds to get places faster and to see better.
All right, we're gonna go over here to the garden and talk to our horticulture agent, Victoria Neff, and she's gonna tell us all about bees.
Honeybees are the top pollinators in the world. What are pollinators? Pollinators are insects that go and collect pollen from one flower and spread it to the other. These pollinators are what create our fruits and vegetables that we eat. Honeybees provide about 1/3 of the fruits and vegetables that we eat and consume here in the United States. One honeybee hive can have 20,000 to 60,000 bees. There are 3 types of bees in a hive. There's the drone bees, the worker bees, and the queen bee. The drone bees are male bees. Their job is to go out and mate with other queens. Then you have the worker bees. These are females. These bees go out and collect honey, they feed larvae, they build hives, and do most of the work for the colony. There are a lot of worker bees in a hive. Then you have one queen bee per hive. The queen bee's job is to go and lay eggs and lead the hive in the best direction she sees. Once she lays the eggs in a comb, the worker bees will then feed the larvae until they are large enough. Once they are large enough, the worker bees will cap over the honeycomb until the bee is old enough, and then he will eat his way out of the cap, and then he becomes part of the hive as well. One bee can make about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. If a bee finds a really good source of pollen, they will direct the other bees how to get there by dancing. In the winter, the bees will kick out all the male drones. This keeps the colony small, and they have less to feed, and it also keeps them from having to get too cold in the wintertime.
I think it'll be fun to learn how to do a bee dance. Let's head over with Miss Beth again, our livestock agent, as she tells us about sheep at one of our local farms right here in Northampton County.
Sheep are really cute animals that give us wool to make clothes and blankets, meat to eat, and milk to make many different dairy products. This is Augustin's farm in Garysburg, right here in Northampton County. He breeds his sheep for dairy production. This year, he has 25 babies that were born. Those babies are called lambs. He will use the milk from the mamas, that are called ewes, to make yummy foods like cheeses, butter, yogurt, and cream.
Wow, that was so nice of Augustus to let us come to his farm and see his sheep. Let's go over and see some pigs with Miss Beth.
Did you know North Carolina is the #2 state in the country that raises pigs, and Northampton County has many pig farms right here. A mama pig called a sow can have as many as 12 to 14 piglets in one litter. Pigs are raised for their meat and are fed high-quality, well-balanced diets made primarily of corn and soybeans with vitamins and minerals to help them grow healthy and strong. We love pigs for bacon, but did you know they have many other uses? Their heart valves can be used to replace human ones that have worn out and save lives. Makeup, crayons, plastics, and many human medicines are products pigs give us. Do you know why pigs like to roll in the mud? Because they don't have sweat glands, so the mud helps keep them cool, especially when it's really hot outside.
I love bacon. I think that's one of my favorite foods to eat. Now that we had some bacon, let's get ready to head over and ride in the tractor with Farmer Willie.
We're here today at a farm in Northampton County where they're breaking up the land getting ready for planting season. Did you know that they use modern technology like GPS systems in their tractors? This GPS system will guide the tractor all by itself, and the farmer just goes along for the ride. Willie's going to give us a view from inside the cab as the process goes on and tell you how that works.
So today we're looking at a 2050 Trimble GPS unit with RTK guidance. GPS helps us farmers get through the day a lot quicker and easier and more efficient. With the RTK guidance, we are planting every inch of the field that we can, unlike when you're driving free-handed. Open up a field. So with this GPS, as you can see up top, we got climate, farm, field, event. We can put in different fields that we have and keep them all separate. That way we have acres in each field, and we can use that for recording. As we sit here and wait, as you saw, that little top corner was red and turned gray. That means we have service now. We're good to go. Everything on this computer runs off towers and GPS signal. Every time it opens, it asks you if you allow auto steering. You said we're going to say yes. Drop it down. And also, you can store multiple lines in the GPS, so that way if you have more than one way you want to run the field, you can. You can see the wheels are turning, and I'm not even touching anything. That's the best part about it. Up here shows you my guidance, how close I am onto the line. And actually I'm stripping the same line I stripped last year, and like I said, we're riding this dead on. Makes it pretty and straight. The best thing about these also, as you're working, it records. As you can see, where we have been is turned yellow instead of green. As it comes to the end of the road, right now it's still driving itself. All you gotta do is turn the steering wheel, and now I'm driving again. So we're gonna turn around, and as you take the steering wheel off, it stops recording. Once everything gets lined back up, we drop it down and go again. Let you know when the end road is approaching. That way we have alarm set, because that way if you're working late in the night and you get tired, you can always have something to let you know what's going on.
Wow, did you guys know all of these different things were right here in Northampton County? We have all sorts of agriculture here. Things that grow in the field or in a farm and end up on our table, like hamburgers and eggs and meat and honey. And peanut butter. What about peanut butter? We went and learned about peanuts, right? Oh my gosh, we learned about so many fun things. I hope that next time you guys go to the grocery store to eat some food, or even go out to a restaurant, or even put on your clothes, you remember to thank a farmer for all of their hard work that they do to provide for all of us in our community.